Hello, welcome to the Life Skills Green. Today from this good grammar, English grammar book, we are going to learn in chapter 15, future perfect continuous tense. Here we have conjugation of example sentences. I will have been writing a lesson. Now notice the structure, will have been and ing form of the verb. Present participle form of the verb, will have been writing. I will have been writing a lesson. This is affirmative simple sentence. I will not have been writing a lesson. This is negative sentence. Will I have been writing a lesson? This is interrogative or question sentence. What is the future perfect continuous tense? The future perfect continuous tense is used to talk about an action that will have been happening for a duration of time before a specific future moment. It emphasizes the duration of an ongoing action up to a point in the future. We use it to express how long something will have been happening by a certain future time, or the ongoing nature of an activity before another future event. Here we have common time expressions that we use in future perfect continuous tense: for 2 hours by 6 p.m., since morning tomorrow, by next week, for 3 months, by the end of this year, by the time you arrive. Here we have complete table. This is the affirmative sentence column in future perfect continuous tense, and this is negative sentences column, and this is interrogative sentences column. Now let me read. I will have been studying English for 3 hours by 9 p.m. I will not have been studying for 3 hours by 9 p.m. Will I have been studying English for 3 hours by 9 p.m. I will have been working here since January. I won't have been working here since January. Will I have been working here since January? You will have been waiting for the bus for 30 minutes by 5 p.m. You won't have been waiting for 30 minutes by 5 p.m. Will you have been waiting for the bus for 30 minutes by 5 p.m. You will have been living here since 2020. You won't have been living here since 2020. Will you have been living here since 2020? Ali will have been playing cricket for 2 hours by noon. Ali won't have been playing cricket for 2 hours by noon. Will Ali have been playing cricket for 2 hours by noon? He will have been working on the project since last week. He won't have been working on the project since last week. Will he have been working on the project since last week? Here we have more example sentences and conjugation of future perfect continuous tense. Aisha will have been teaching for 5 years by next month. Aisha will not have been teaching for 5 years by next month. Will Aisha have been teaching for 5 years by next month? She will have been preparing for the exam since Monday. She won't have been preparing for the exam since Monday. Will she have been preparing for the exam since Monday? It will have been raining for an hour by 4 p.m. It won't have been raining for an hour. Will it have been raining for an hour by 4 p.m.? It will have been running since morning. It won't have been running since morning. Will it have been running since morning? We will have been traveling for 10 hours by midnight. We will not have been traveling for 10 hours. Will we have been traveling for 10 hours by midnight? We will have been working since dawn. We won't have been working since dawn. Will we have been working since dawn? Zain and Sarah will have been studying for 3 hours by 7 p.m. Zain and Sarah will not have been studying for 3 hours by 7 p.m. Will Zain and Sarah have been studying for 3 hours by 7 p.m. They will have been practicing since January. They won't have been practicing since January. Will they have been practicing since January? They will have been waiting for the train for 20 minutes. They won't have been waiting for 20 minutes. Will they have been waiting for the train for 20 minutes? They will have been fixing the machine since last week. They won't have been fixing the machine since last week. Will they have been fixing the machine since last week? Usage in real life communication, daily conversations. By 6 p.m. I'll have been working for 8 hours. He'll have been practicing guitar since morning when you arrive. In text messages, I'll have been waiting for you for 30 minutes by the time you get here. They'll have been repairing the road for 2 weeks by next Monday. We also use future perfect continuous tense in storytelling. By the time she finishes, she'll have been studying medicine for 5 years. They'll have been living abroad for a decade by then. Now here you have exercises to do. That how much have you learned? You have learned this tense. I will have been working here for 5 years by next March. Now you have to use this verb in this future perfect continuous tense. You have to put will have been and ing form of the verb, this verb work, and then practice. She will have been practicing piano for 2 hours by 7 p.m. They will have been waiting for the bus for 20 minutes by noon. You have to make this sentence question interrogative because here is a question mark at the end of the sentence. Will you have been studying English for a long time by tomorrow? Will have been traveling for 12 hours by midnight. Now here you have to do them negative sentences. You have to change these sentences into negative sentences in future perfect continuous tense. I will have been running for an hour. I won't have been running for an hour. You will have been watching TV. You won't have been watching TV. He'll have been studying all day. He won't have been studying all day. Aisha will have been cooking dinner. Aisha won't have been cooking dinner. So you have to make negative sentences out of these sentences, okay, in future perfect tense. Now you have this exercise to make interrogative sentences from these sentences. You will have been working here for years. Will you have been working here for years? She will have been reading the book. Now make it question. Will she have been reading the book? They will have been waiting long. Will they have been waiting long? We will have been traveling for hours. Will we have been traveling for hours? I will have been using the computer. Will I have been using the computer? So you have to make these sentences interrogative sentences. Okay, I hope you have learned future perfect continuous tense in this video.